You know that feeling when something small, a loud car horn, a firework, or a heated argument suddenly pulls you back into the chaos of your service days? It's like those old battles never really ended. They're still fighting inside you, messing with your marriage, your kids, or just your peace of mind. As a veteran, you've carried the weight longer than most. But here's the good news. I've got a simple system to help you spot those triggers before they take over. Process them with 3 practical tools and review it all to build real emotional control. By the end of this, you'll strengthen your mastery over those lingering fights, whether you're a vet or just a guy dealing with past baggage. These steps work for any man ready to take command of his inner world. Let's get into it. Think about it. You served with discipline, pushing through the toughest conditions, but back home, those suppressed emotions don't just vanish. They build up like pressure in a sealed tank, waiting for the wrong moment to blow. One day you're fine. The next, a simple dinner turns into an explosive argument because some offhand comment hits a nerve from years ago. That anger isn't just random, it's the cost of bottling it up all those years during deployment, where showing weakness was an option. Now in civilian life, it leaks out in ways that can hurt the people you care about the most. And isolation? That's the silent killer here. You start pulling away, thinking you're protecting your family from your issues, but really you're turning those inward battles outward. Friends notice your distance. Your wife feels like she's walking on eggshells, and before you know it, you're alone with these ghosts. I've seen it in too many guys, men who endured hell abroad, but can't connect at home because they've wired themselves to tough it out solo. That bottling leads to self-sabotage, derailing the very life you fought to protect. Take marriages. Those old triggers flare up during a disagreement, and suddenly you're saying things you can't take back, widening that gap you swore you'd never let grow. Or parenting. Picture snapping at your kid over something minor, only to see the fear in their eyes, the kind that scars the relationship for years. It's not who you are, but without the tools to handle it, those moments stack up, turning your legacy into one of regret instead of strength. Workplace friction piles on too. A boss's criticism echoes a past command, and you're fighting ghosts instead of focusing on the job. The service taught you endurance, no doubt, surviving on grit alone. But civilian life demands more. Navigating emotions without the clear enemy lines. Ignore that and you're handing control to yesterday's pain, letting it dictate today's choices. The hidden cost? Lost trust, broken bonds, and a sense of defeat that no metal can fix. You're not broken, you're just unequipped for this front. Now that we face the enemy within, these unchecked triggers, it's time to make your first move. Observe without jumping into the fight. All right, let's talk about the first part of this system, what I call the tactical retreat. It's like scouting enemy lines before engaging. You step back just enough to see the trigger clearly without letting it pull you in. Why does this matter? Because reacting on autopilot escalates everything, turning a spark into a fire that burns bridges. By retreating, gives you that crucial space to choose your response, not just react out of old habits. Master this and you'll stop the cycle before it starts, reclaiming control in real time. So how do you apply this? Start with breathing. Take a deep inhale, hold it, and exhale slowly to create that mental gap. Then name the emotion, out loud if you're alone or in your head during the moment. This is frustration from the past rising up. Now, marriage conflicts, use it to pause before words fly. You can't unsay something that wounds deeply, so retreating lets you respond with calm instead of regret. Same with parenting. When your kids are testing your limits and you feel that frustration building, step back to avoid scarring them or damaging that bond you're building. It's not weakness, it's strategic, like holding the high ground. The key is consistency. It takes time to build this habit. Practice in low-stake moments like a boring meeting, so it's second nature when it counts. Avoid the mistake of judging yourself too hard right away. That just adds shames to the mix. Once you've retreated and spotted the trigger, you're ready to process it with the tools that neutralize the threat for good. Now that you've taken that tactical retreat and identified the trigger, it's time for the decide and act phase, deploying 3 processing tools to disarm it right there. These aren't fluffy ideas, they're practical moves to shift your emotional terrain, turning reactive pain into intentional strength. So why bother? Because spotting alone isn't enough. Without processing, triggers reload and fire again, keeping you stuck. But using these builds real mastery, freeing up energy for the life you want. First, reframing. CBT research shows that what you think about a situation directly affects how you feel and act, so intentionally choose a more constructive meaning. Now keep it honest, don't force positivity, but pick a view that's useful for your growth. For instance, if a coworker's comment stings like an old betrayal, reframe it. This isn't about me, it's their stress talking. Giving the benefit of the doubt avoids misunderstandings and lets you extend grace, especially in relationships. I used this after spotting a trigger in an argument. Instead of seeing my wife's words as criticism, I reframed it as she's sharing her needs. And it diffused the tension fast. Next, seek a trusted counsel. Find a battle buddy who's trustworthy and brings some wisdom. No yes men, but someone who listens without judgment. Start small. Share a minor trigger over coffee like, "This road rage hit me hard today, reminded me of convoy stress." Build from there to deeper debriefs, gaining that perspective that you just can't get alone. My brother was that for me. After Iraq, I'd vent about family flare-ups, and he'd point out patterns I'd missed. His steady ear helped me see beyond the emotion, making decisions clear. Finally, forgiveness. This one's about your freedom, not excusing that other person. That hurt, it grips you. It triggers reactions and controls your peace. Forgiveness releases that hold so painful emotions don't run the show anymore. Say it simply. I forgive this for my sake. It doesn't own me. In my case, my brother's counsel led me to forgive past mistakes that haunted me. It freed up headspace for being present with my family, not replaying those what-ifs. Now, non-vets, this applies straight across. Use reframing on work grudges, counsel for friend rifts, forgiveness for family pains, same emotional command. These tools handle the immediate fight, but for long-term wins, you need to review like after every op. These tools get you through the immediate fight, but to win the war, you need the after action review, or AAR, like we did after every mission. Once the trigger calms down, sit with it for a quick debrief. Why is this essential? It turns isolated victories into lasting mastery, spotting patterns so you don't keep fighting the same battles. Without it, you handle one flare-up but miss the bigger picture, letting old habits creep back. Do this consistently and you build unshakable emotional control, ready for whatever life's missions throw at you. Keep it simple. Grab a journal, use your phone's voice notes, or even a mental rundown right after. Ask 3 questions. What happened? Describe that trigger and your initial reaction. What worked? Which tool helped the most, like reframing that reshifted the mood? What to adjust? How can I respond better next time? Note the trigger, the tool used, and the outcome. Over a week or 2, review those entries to spot themes like how fatigue amps up marriage tensions or how being agitated hits parental patience. For example, after snapping at your kids during a homework battle, AAR it. Trigger was the resistance, echoing old directives ignored. Reframing worked halfway. I saw it as their learning curve, but I still raised my voice. Next time, I'll add breathing and seek trusted counsel from my wife first. Or in a marriage spat, note, argument over chores pulled up deployment resentment. Forgiveness freed me, but I could have debriefed sooner. Adjust, pause for retreat every time. These reviews refine your game, turning slip-ups into steps forward. Non-vets, the same drill. Use AAR on daily stresses like work deadlines or friend beefs to command your responses. With Spot, Process, and Review locked down, you're equipped to end these old battles for good. Now claim that peace that you've earned. Spot the trigger, process with those 3 tools, and review it all. That's the system to end yesterday's hold and strengthen your emotional mastery today. Your service discipline got you through the fire. Now channel it towards inner peace and a stronger legacy for both your family and for those you lead. Pick one of these tools to try this week. Say a tactical retreat during family stress, and drop in the comments what difference it makes for your control. Smash like if you found this helpful, and hit subscribe for more practical steps to build better emotional command in your life. And to all you veterans out there, thank you for your service. I wish you all the best on Veterans Day.